Hello, I'm Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. How are we feeling? Welcome back. It's Sunday, NFL football, MLB postseason. You had a full slate of college football games all day on Saturday. UCLA shocks Penn State 42-37 in Pasadena. The big story of the day on Saturday was Penn State UCLA. It was the biggest upset we've seen so far this year. It could end up being the biggest upset for the entirety of the 2025 season. In what normal circumstances would someone failing of James Franklin's magnitude keep their job? How this man still has a job in the current CFB era is mind-blowing to me. At what point do you make a change? A winless UCLA team coming into the day 0-4 beat you. It's not that they lost to UCLA, it's that they showed no heart, no fight. This year, I just don't feel it. And not that this should surprise anyone, but Penn State fans are done with James Franklin, calling for his firing already. For Penn State to play like that against an awful UCLA school, that should be a fireable offense. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure how he keeps his job besides the $56 million buyout. I can't see a way back for James Franklin. I think you have to fire him. Enough of this crap. Plenty of negatives came out of that UCLA game. There are three things certain at Penn State: death, taxes, big losses. Penn State fans probably washed down that embarrassing loss with a strong drink last night and spent the rest of the night watching classic Penn State games so they can feel some joy in their souls. I don't think the vast majority of you want him around any longer. By now, it's obvious James Franklin has lost the Penn State fan base. The vibes are simply not good. Pretty much all of it. You have to move on from this guy. I've defended him more than anyone over the years, but I know how those folks are feeling, and now, like the rest of them, I'm calling for him to be fired. I think you have to do it now. You're wasting precious time. Your program depends on it. This coach is out of answers. 2025 looks lost either way, but a firing might spark it to life. It's soul-searching time. Every loss sets this program back. It's an unmitigated disaster on every level. And when it seems like your coach lost his entire team, that's bad. Never thought there would be a day where this Penn State program becomes stale. You have a coach who has failed to motivate his players. This Penn State team has zero leaders. They have zero fire. You as a fan cared more than this team did on Saturday. And I think if you've been paying attention, this season was no surprise. Not one sane and rational person who has watched this team in the last 3 years had any expectation of winning. James Franklin has been showing everyone why he will never beat a very good team after his team lost to an 0-4 UCLA team. You got to have some kind of leadership and an established culture. Penn State obviously doesn't. Here's the thing that really has to sting. You got beat by an unranked school that's in shambles right now. A football team that recently fired its coach. It's not like they were more talented than you. You are just unprepared, and your coach gets outclassed and outcoached every week. You gave this away. It is inexcusable, and this is the kind of loss that gets a long-tenured coach who hasn't done anything fired. I never thought UCLA would beat you. And if your team was prepared and had a little heart, Penn State dog walks UCLA. And that's what I thought was going to happen. It didn't. The number 6 Nittany Lions, more than a 3-touchdown favorite, instead were somehow being outplayed and outdone and dominated by a winless UCLA team. It's unbelievable to me that you let the Bruins do what they did to you. Thanks to you, you handed them their first win of the season. That one win comes against Penn State. I know Penn State fans are people that are Penn State fans. They're devastated today. They're pissed. How could you not be? This has gone on long enough. This team, their coach, these players, rip your heart out. Today, we're publicly blasting maybe the most gutless, the most spineless, a team that continues to leave the biggest black mark in the history of this Penn State program. All the talent in the world, the program's history, what this program once stood for, and somehow, some way, finding a way to screw their fans, the university. You went to Pasadena, you lost at the Rose Bowl. Oh my God, Penn State is the first team in 40 years to lose to an 0-4 team ranked inside the top 10. It's certainly one of the worst losses in college football history. I just don't see a way for him to recover from it. Their season is over and is easily the most disappointing season of the James Franklin era. The worst loss in the James Franklin era by far. Real talk, this Penn State team looks like they barely know how to play football. This is the end. You put on another insanely embarrassing black mark on the history of the Penn State football program. And I can't say I'm surprised. I saw it coming. It felt inevitable. And here we are. Today, where we get to the point where we're having a discussion about one of the biggest disgraces in Penn State football history. The James Franklin era is over. This team sucks. Penn State can't find a way to get out of its own way. How in the hell do you lose to UCLA? This program goes from nationally recognized to a national embarrassment. It's what I've said for the last year about James Franklin. His team is never mentally ready. There are individuals that are amazing on this team. It just sucks that you have a coach that gets out-coached by any and every coaching staff. If you have talented players, then you should be a fairly decent team. You're not, because you have a coach who turned a 5-star quarterback into a shell of himself. You can't bring this man back after this horrific performance and bonehead clock management. Somehow he finds ways not to win games. And really, for the last year or so, I told you I don't think he's the coach that will get you over the hump, because he can't get out of his own way. It was just something that I never felt would change as long as he's your coach. We realize now what this team is with James Franklin as the coach. And now it is time to move on. Something needs to change drastically. The same product will produce the same results. A change needs to be made. I can't give James Franklin another week at Penn State. He has overstayed his welcome with Penn State. All right, everybody, that's all I have for you. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and checking out the content. Really appreciate the love and support. I got more great stuff. And if you guys like the content, if you guys like my work and you guys want to show more appreciation, please do me a favor and make sure you go over to my YouTube channel, you like and you subscribe to the channel. You can also find me on TikTok. Make sure you follow me there as well. The Sports Judge 85 on TikTok. I'm also on Instagram, SportsJudge85, so you can check out my work there as well. But guys, I want to thank you once again for watching. I'll be back soon with more commentary, as I'm always, you know, going live and I'm always chatting it up with you guys. So I'll definitely be back with more stuff. I got plenty of stuff to get into, but we'll get into it as the day goes on. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys again soon.